A very good morning to all our Sports Today family members. We are just about 31 hours away from the third ODI between India and the West Indies at the Brian Lara Stadium in Tarouba. The series is currently 1-1, and remember, the incidents that have happened in Barbados have once again thrown Team India's, you may say, foresightedness into question. Too much experimentation, lack of experimentation, experimentation for the right spots, experimentation against the right players. What is Team India really doing? Now remember, this is the end of July. Tomorrow it will be August. August onwards till now you are building up for the World Cup. And remember, you will just have close to, for India's game to go, 69 days remaining exactly at this point. So, has Team India really had the ideal preparation if you have to look at it? One may have to disagree with that, because now after this, under the guise of workload management, Virat and Rohit were rested for the second ODI. Now in the third ODI, who among them will play or will both not play? So this is the kind of situation that is enveloping, and one of the former India cricketers who's often been blunt about his criticism for the Indian cricket team has come out openly and called this Indian cricket team ordinary. It is Venkatesh Prasad, the former India pacer. Venkatesh Prasad has stated that, Test cricket aside, India has been very ordinary in the other two formats for quite some time now. Lost ODI series against Bangladesh, South Africa and Australia. Poor in the last two T20 World Cups. Neither are we an exciting team like England, nor brutal like how Aussies used to be. So this is a pretty direct attack at the Indian cricket team. I mean, he's called them ordinary. Yes, they have lost a series in South Africa 3-0. They lost to Bangladesh 2-1. They lost to Australia 2-1. At home rather. They might have won comfortably against Sri Lanka, but against New Zealand, they had some moments where they had to sweat. But at that point in time now, 2 ODI wins, but combined to 3 ODI series losses. That is a rather galling statement if you have to look at it. But Venkatesh Prasad has continued by saying, despite the money and power, we have become used to celebrating mediocrity and are far from how champion sides are. Every team plays to win, and so does India. But their approach and attitude is also a factor for underperformance over a period of time. Approach and attitude. This current ODI series, suddenly everybody is saying, oh, we are not going to gain anything out of it, because this is against the West Indies, a team that has not even qualified for the ODI World Cup. So even if India loses, the earth will not shatter. It won't be a groundbreaking event at all. But remember, every series has its own dynamics. If the West Indies series was not considered a dress rehearsal, why include Virat and Rohit in the first place? You could have played a virtual C team like how you played against Sri Lanka in 2021. Virat and Rohit could have been better playing the Asia Cup than directly. After the end of the West Indies tests, they could have flown back home along with Mohammad Siraj. Why did that not happen? This seems to suggest that, as we had pointed out on Sports Today, and that was indeed said by Rahul Dravid in the post-match press conference, the Indian team is not sure about the fitness of Shreyas Iyer and KL Rahul. Mostly it looks as if they are racing against time to be fit for the Asia Cup, because remember, you cannot directly get them into the World Cup. They will not have any time of game time. So what does the Indian cricket team do now? Scramble for options. That is what they are doing. But in the scrambling of those options, are they overdoing it? That is the major question. So Venkatesh Prasad has really launched an assault on the Indian cricket team, terming them ordinary, and the approach and the attitude has been criticized. But as we know with the Indian cricket team, they do not care about the outside opinions whatsoever. Even Rahul Dravid stated that. So the Indian cricket team will want to have fun, and one of the visuals that emerged from the second ODI between India and the West Indies in Barbados, you could see Virat Kohli is sitting in the dugout. Remember, he was not picked. He was doing water boy duties. Then Rohit Sharma also was there. But apparently video has now emerged that Chahal one of the favorite members in the Indian cricket team as far as social media is concerned, the social media star, he actually got bullied. You could see in that video, Rohit Sharma is slapping him on the back and Chahal is in some kind of pain. Virat is having some fun at his expense. So, the Indian cricket team are relaxed at this point in time. They are not worried about the outside noise at this point. So, there is instances of some fun bullying that Rohit Sharma is doing against Yajuvendra Chahal. Virat is just having fun. It is typical seniors playing a prank on their less senior members in the Indian cricket team. 137 of 55 balls, 10 fours and 13 sixes. If that is what brutality is, then Nicholas Puran showed it. MI New York. Congratulations to them for winning the inaugural MLC in the USA. It was a brutal knock from Nicholas Puran. And one wonders, why is he not playing for the West Indies ODIs? Well, he's having great success in the franchisee leagues at this point. So, if he's having great success in the franchisee leagues, why should he come and play for the West Indies? And remember, he seems to have echoed the Indian sentiment at this time that yes, this series does not have any weightage. Why should I play? He is giving much more importance to MI New York at this point rather than the West Indies team. So, the MLC, you've seen the inaugural edition end with MI New York yet again showing whatever franchisee Mumbai Indians managed to get or snap, they managed to win trophies. That is why they are the franchisee powerhouse when it comes to T20 cricket. For the first time in almost 8 years in England, we have seen an opening partnership that has gone to over 100 runs. Yes, Usman Khwaja and David Warner, potentially playing their last Ashes test in England. Let me reiterate, in England. They staged a 135-run opening stand before rain washed out a significant portion of day 4 of the Ashes. Today, the weather report in London is for patchy rain, which means there may be 10 to 20% chances of a drizzle, a slight stoppage, but most of the times it is going to be sunny. So that is why Australia are 249 runs away. England need 10 wickets. What can happen? Or will rain have a big factor in this match? Final day of the Ashes. Final day in the professional cricketing career of Stuart Broad. Maybe he would want to end it on the ultimate of highs and give England a much needed win so that the series ends 2-2. If Australia pull it off or if the rain plays havoc, then they would have won a series in England after 22 years. That is really a long time if you have to look at it. Congratulations to the India women's hockey team. They won the Spanish Federation Centenary Tournament by beating Spain 3-0. It was yet again a clinical performance from the India women's hockey team because they had gone through the league stages undefeated. They had beaten England, but in the final, they gate crashed their own hosts' centenary party. Spanish hockey was celebrating 100 years, and that is why this tournament was organized. India and Spain met in the final, and the India women's hockey team managed to win it 3-0. A fantastic performance indeed from them, and one hopes that this is the ideal build-up that the India women's hockey team have ahead of much tougher assignments in the world of hockey. One of the unfortunate, sad and bitter incidents that have happened in Manipur. The violence that has engulfed the state for the past 3 to 4 months has impacted millions. And yes, people are very angry. Sportsmen from Manipur are the most impacted by it because Chingal Sen Singh, who is playing for India and also who played for Hyderabad FC in the ISL, he lost everything in the violence. His house was torched. His belongings were stolen. His family members are in grave danger. So is Chingal Sen Singh. This Manipur violence has seen this individual lose everything. Monetary losses are worth over 1 to 2 crores for him. How does that make you feel as an Indian? The violence that has engulfed Manipur today is a big blot on all of us. And our sportsmen are feeling the brunt of it. Chingal Sen Singh is a proof of it. We hope that there is a solution to Manipur because already for 4 months we have seen brutal violence, we have seen lives lost, properties have been damaged, livelihoods have been affected. Sportsmen included have been impacted in a big way. And one hopes Manipur gets back to normalcy as soon as possible. The WFI elections are soon going to happen, and apparently, if one has to believe, Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh held a meeting in New Delhi, and because of that, 22 out of the 25 state associations attended that meeting. And in that meeting, one of his nominations are going to go through into the WFI elections, which means, are we once again reverting to the status quo? Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh may not be part of the electoral role in the WFI, but once again remember, his acolytes might now gain power in the WFI, and that means the situation might not be back to normal at all. So, we are kind of in a vicious circle when it comes to the WFI. The 22 state associations that met with Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh out of the 25 in that meeting, this is not a good sign when you have to look at the WFI. And remember, charges are still on against Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh, and where does the WFI go from this point in time? We do not know. So, there is a lot of upheaval when it comes to Indian sports as well. But in the world of cricket, over experimentation, what are you going to do? Is there a clear-cut answer to this? Does the Indian team know that too much experimentation can also result in disaster? We don't know. Thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this live. We'll be back with more updates on sports today. Tap that bell icon so you know when we go live, and don't forget we are on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram as well. Thank you.